Have you ever noticed how you keep saying, I'm not ready yet, but somehow you've been saying that for years?
Yeah. And the scary part is, it sounds responsible, not afraid.
Exactly. It sounds smart, like you're being careful.
But inside, there's this quiet pressure, this feeling that time is moving and you're not.
Hmm. Let me ask you something, Emma. When was the last time you actually felt ready?
Honestly, I don't think I ever did. I just moved anyway. Or I stayed stuck and told myself a good story.
That's interesting, because most people are waiting for a feeling that never arrives.
Yeah, they're waiting for confidence, clarity, certainty.
And they think readiness is something you receive, not something you build.
Right, like one day you wake up and suddenly feel complete.
But reality doesn't work like that. Readiness isn't a signal, it's a side effect.
A side effect of action.
Exactly. And that's uncomfortable to accept.
Because it means you can't hide anymore.
Have you noticed how not ready often protects us from embarrassment, from judgment?
From failing in public. Yeah, that one hits.
Most people aren't afraid of failure itself, they're afraid of being seen failing.
Especially at the beginning when you don't look impressive yet.
And that's where the delay starts.
You wait until you feel worthy enough to start.
But worthiness doesn't come first.
Action does.
Robert, let me ask you this. What does ready even mean to most people?
Hmm. Usually it means I won't feel anxious anymore,
Or I won't look stupid?
or people will approve.
Yeah, and none of those are guaranteed.
So the mind creates a pause, a delay, a false preparation phase.
Which feels productive, but keeps you safe.
Safe from growth.
Exactly, and that's why years can pass quietly.
With plans, ideas, potential.
But no movement.
And then one day you realize you're not stuck because you can't start.
You're stuck because you're waiting for permission.
Permission from confidence, from certainty, from some future version of yourself.
But that version doesn't arrive first.
You become that version by moving.
And here's the uncomfortable truth. If you feel not ready right now,
That might be the clearest sign you're actually close.
because readiness rarely feels calm,
It feels shaky, uncertain,
a little scary.
yeah, and very honest.
So if you're listening and thinking, this feels like it's about me,
It probably is.
and we're just getting started,
Yeah, because the real question isn't why you don't feel ready.
it's what staying unready is costing you. Hey, Emma. Before we go deeper, let me just say hi properly.
Hey, Robert. Yeah, it feels right to slow down for a second.
Yeah, because what we're talking about isn't light. It's personal.
Very personal. Most people don't even say this out loud.
Exactly. They just carry it quietly.
This feeling of being almost ready, but never quite there.
Emma, let me ask you something real. When you say, I'm not ready yet, what are you actually waiting for?
I think I'm waiting to feel calmer, less exposed.
Less visible.
Yeah, like I won't be judged as much.
That's honest. And most people feel the same.
But they pretend it's about timing
Or preparation.
or resources.
When really, it's about emotional safety.
That hits.
Have you noticed how readiness is never about skills?
Yeah, because people with less skills start all the time,
And people with more skill keep waiting.
which makes no logical sense.
Unless you understand the real fear.
Being seen before you feel solid.
Being watched while you're still shaky.
Yeah, that's uncomfortable.
Robert, do you remember the first time you shared something before you felt prepared?
Oh, yeah. I remember my voice shaking.
Same here.
And what surprised me was nothing terrible happened.
But your mind expected disaster.
Exactly. It always does.
Because the mind hates uncertainty.
And starting means stepping into it.
So it creates a delay, a buffer,
And names it not ready.
which sounds responsible.
Almost mature.
Yeah, but it slowly disconnects you from momentum.
And momentum is fragile.
Very. Once you lose it,
Starting feels even heavier.
have you noticed how the longer you wait, the bigger the start feels?
Yeah, it becomes this huge event in your head.
Something that needs perfect conditions,
Perfect mood, perfect timing,
perfect version of yourself.
which doesn't exist.
That's the quiet truth.
And the cost of waiting isn't obvious at first.
It feels harmless.
But over time, it turns into self-doubt,
You start questioning yourself,
wondering why others move faster,
and that comparison adds weight.
making readiness feel even further away.
Emma, do you think people realize how much energy waiting consumes?
No, because it looks like rest.
But it's not rest.
It's tension.
Quiet tension, carried every day.
And it drains you more than action ever could.
That's the paradox.
Action feels scary, but waiting is exhausting.
Yet people keep choosing it.
Because fear feels safer when it's familiar.
Yeah, and uncertainty feels dangerous even when it's necessary.
So, if someone listening feels stuck in almost
Ready, almost confident.
starting,
They're not broken,
they're just protecting themselves.
but protection has a price.
And in the next part, we need to talk about that price honestly.
Yeah, because awareness is where things begin to shift.
Let me start this part with something uncomfortable. What if feeling unready isn't the problem?
What if it's the excuse
Yeah, the excuse that sounds reasonable.
and keeps you from questioning yourself too deeply?
Emma, have you ever noticed how not ready ends conversations?
Yeah, it shuts everything down
No one argues with it,
because it sounds final,
but inside, nothing is resolved.
only postponed.
And postponement slowly becomes identity.
That's heavy.
It is, because awareness begins when you realize this isn't about timing.
It's about self-trust.
Exactly. Or the lack of it.
Most people don't trust themselves to handle discomfort.
So they wait for a version of themselves that feels stronger.
Calmer, more confident.
But confidence isn't what creates action.
Action creates confidence.
And awareness starts when that finally clicks.
That moment when you stop asking, how do I feel? And start asking, what do I do next?
That shift is subtle.
But powerful.
Robert, why do you think awareness feels uncomfortable at first? Because it removes the story, the protective narrative.
The one that says, later?
Yeah, awareness replaces it with responsibility.
And responsibility means choice.
Choice means you can't hide anymore.
That's why people avoid seeing clearly.
Clarity demands movement.
Even small movement.
And once you see the pattern, you can't unsee it.
You start noticing how often you delay.
How often you say, soon.
How often you wait for motivation.
And that awareness can feel heavy.
Almost confronting.
But it's also freeing.
Because now the problem is clear.
You're not missing something, you're avoiding something.
And avoidance doesn't mean weakness.
It means fear with good intentions.
Fear trying to keep you safe.
From judgment, from rejection.
From disappointing yourself. Yeah, that one hurts quietly.
Awareness is realizing you've been negotiating with fear.
Instead of leading it.
And fear respects leadership.
not comfort.
Have you noticed how fear gets louder when you wait?
Yeah, it grows in silence.
But it weakens with movement.
Even imperfect movement.
That's something people rarely hear.
They think they need certainty first.
But certainty comes last,
After repetition.
after showing up unready
After surviving the discomfort.
and realizing you didn't break.
That realization changes everything.
Because now your question shifts
From, am I ready?
to, can I handle being uncomfortable?
And the answer is usually yes.
You've handled worse before.
You just forgot
Awareness reconnects you with that truth.
that you're more capable than you feel.
And feelings aren't instructions.
They're information.
Once you see that, you stop waiting for permission.
And start acting with honesty.
Not confidence, but courage.
Yeah, quiet courage.
The kind that doesn't announce itself.
And in the next part, we need to talk about what actually changes when you move anyway.
Because that's where the real shift happens. Yeah, that's where identity starts catching up. Let's be honest for a moment. Nothing magical happens when you finally start.
Yeah, you don't suddenly feel brave.
You don't feel ready either.
If anything, you feel exposed.
Exactly. That's the shift most people don't expect.
They think action removes fear.
But it doesn't. It just changes your relationship with it.
You stop asking fear for permission.
You move while it's still there.
Emma, do you remember the first time you did something without waiting to feel ready?
Yeah, my hands were shaking. I remember that clearly.
Same here. And I kept thinking everyone could see it.
And then, nothing dramatic happened.
That's the strange part.
The world didn't collapse,
People didn't react the way my mind predicted.
which makes you realize something important.
Fear exaggerates.
It always does.
And once you see that once,
It weakens,
not disappears.
but loses authority.
Yeah, it stops being the decision maker.
That's the internal shift.
From avoidance to agency.
You realize movement is possible even without confidence.
And that's freeing.
Because now you're not waiting on a feeling anymore.
You're acting from choice.
Choice feels heavier at first,
But it's honest.
and honesty builds trust.
Trust in yourself.
Robert, why do you think identity starts changing only after action?
Because identity is built on evidence,
Evidence of behavior.
not intention,
Exactly. Your mind watches what you do.
and updates its story about you.
So every small action becomes proof.
Proof that you don't collapse under discomfort,
Proof that you can continue.
even while uncertain.
That's when I'm not ready slowly loses meaning.
Not because you feel ready.
But because readiness stops mattering.
That's powerful.
You stop negotiating with yourself every day.
And that saves so much energy.
Energy that used to go into thinking,
Overthinking.
imagining worst-case scenarios.
Yeah, that mental noise fades.
Not instantly,
But steadily.
because action grounds you in reality.
Instead of imagined futures.
And reality is usually less dramatic,
Less scary.
but more demanding.
In a good way.
Have you noticed how once you start, waiting feels harder than continuing?
Yeah, stopping becomes uncomfortable.
Because now you know you can move.
And going back feels dishonest.
That's the point of no return.
Not success.
But self-awareness.
Knowing you're capable of acting despite fear.
And once you know that,
You can't unlearn it.
the question changes again
From can I start?
to will I continue?
And that's a different conversation.
Yeah, and it leads us to the final part.
where we talk about daily movement,
Not motivation,
but routine.
because that's where everything stabilizes.
So let's talk about what actually keeps you moving after the excitement fades.
Yeah, because it always fades
Motivation is loud in the beginning.
and silent later.
That's why relying on it never works.
It's unreliable,
Routine is quieter.
but stronger.
Routine doesn't ask how you feel.
It asks what time it is.
That's a good way to put it.
Emma, when you stopped waiting to feel ready, what did you actually change day to day?
I simplified everything. No big promises.
No dramatic goals,
Just one small action. Every day.
even when it felt pointless?
Especially then.
Because that's when the old pattern tries to return.
Yeah, the voice that says, skip today.
Tomorrow will be better.
But tomorrow is just another today.
That's true.
Daily movement builds something important,
Credibility with yourself.
and that's rare
Most people don't trust their own promises.
because they've broken too many.
Quietly.
Routine repairs that.
Slowly.
No pressure, no perfection.
Just repetition.
And repetition changes identity,
Not overnight.
but permanently.
Have you noticed how calm comes after consistency?
Yeah, not before.
People think calm is the requirement.
But it's the reward.
That misunderstanding keeps them waiting.
So if someone listening feels unready today,
The answer isn't to think more
it's to choose one small action.
and repeat it tomorrow,
And the next day.
even when nothing changes externally.
Because internally, everything is changing.
Confidence is being built quietly,
Not as a feeling.
but as evidence,
Evidence that you can continue.
even when it's uncomfortable.
And that's real strength.
Not loud, not dramatic.
But stable.
Robert, if you had to say one thing to someone still waiting,
I'd say this. You're not late. You're just standing at the edge.
and edges always feel unsafe.
But growth only happens after you step.
Even a small step.
So stop asking when you'll feel ready.
Ask what you can repeat daily,
That question changes everything.
because readiness follows repetition.
Not the other way around.
Yeah,
And one day you'll look back
and realize you became ready,
without ever feeling it happen.
quietly,
Honestly.
step by step,
And that's how real change begins.
even when no one is watching.